Dr. Josh Axe is a certified doctor of natural medicine, doctor of chiropractic, and clinical nutritionist with a passion to help people optimize their health. He operates one of the world's largest natural health websites, draxe.com. He has a loyal social media following of over 6 million fans, and his podcast, The Dr. Axe Show, has more than 1 million downloads. Dr. Axe has authored several celebrated and best-selling books including Keto Diet, The Collagen Diet, and his newest release, Ancient Remedies. Dr. Axe is an expert in digestive health, functional medicine, natural remedies, and dietary strategies. He has been featured on The Dr. Oz Show, CBS, The 700 Club, and The Today Show.
Now he's featured on Herman and Sharron.
That's right. That's who we are.
It is so neat to have you. Really, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, hey, I'm excited to be back here and talk all things health and
I didn't think I'd
nutrition.
ever see you again.
Really? You know what? It's, yeah.
Because I mean, with all the things that have gone on since the last time.
Yeah.
But
and then all your, all your working out escapades and everything else.
Yeah.
So.
And you're a bicyclist. And
That's right.
Living out of Nashville now.
That's right.
Tell me about your new family.
Yeah, so we just have an 11-and-a-half-month-old. So my wife now is preparing for our, her first birthday. So our daughter Arwen.
Oh.
So
What's
yeah,
her name?
it's been fun. Arwen.
Arwen.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
pretty.
neat.
Yeah.
We had a great grandson. His name is Liam. So it seems like people are coming with unusual
Different names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So how does it feel?
It feels great. I mean, we've really enjoyed it. It's amazing, kids how fast they develop, and
Yeah.
so we've had a blast watching her crawl, starting to walk now. So it's been fun.
How do you like Nashville?
Oh, we love Nashville. We think Nashville is just a great city. A lot of amazing, just Christian people there,
Yeah.
mission-driven people. So got close friends like Jordan Rubin there.
Yeah.
Some really incredible.
Yeah,
pastors
ugly
and so a
guy,
lot of
Jordan
people-
Rubin. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, he's a really ugly guy.
That's right.
But you got. I mean, you stay in shape because we haven't seen you for a long time, and I see you walk down the hallway, and I go, "Oh my goodness, there's no change."
Well, hey, you're 82, and so you're putting me to shame. So that's
Yeah.
what that's how I'm feeling. If I can be 82 and is in the shape you're in, then I'm going to be pretty excited.
Yeah.
So that's my goal.
Well, to look like you would be my goal. So we've
All
got
right.
these goals going on. This book is really amazing. It really.
Thank
I mean,
you.
you have covered. So look at all my notes in here. But you have covered every conceivable need
Yeah.
that people would have. And like you, I'm sure people ask you, what do you do? Because, when you write
Yeah.
books like this, even though you have everything in here, they want to know what you do.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I can share some of it today. I think it's so important to remember that there is so much information out there. That's one thing. And so one question I get a lot of times is, hey, Dr. Axe, what do I do? Because I've heard vegan is good, I've heard keto is good,
Yeah.
I've heard paleo, all of these different
Yeah.
diets. But I think really just keeping it simple, and one of the overarching principles in the book is use food as medicine. And so, really focus on eating real food, and things that taste great.
Use food as medicine.
Use food as medicine.
What a term.
Yeah, and that's what we focus on in the book. And so we really go through the foods that are that have been used for medicine for thousands of years. So, for instance, certain types of vegetables are good for different conditions. And I'll give an example of this too. So I think this is really incredible, and this is really something God has done.
Yes.
The ancient physicians knew what foods to prescribe their patients, because today, people are prescribing a lot of synthetic drugs and chemicals and things that really don't treat the root cause of disease.
Right.
Well, ancient physicians would recommend and prescribe foods and herbs and mushrooms to help people heal. So, for instance, they would know what to prescribe based on three things: what the food looked like, what it tasted like, and the color of the food. So what it looks like, if it looks like an organ, it supports that organ. So think about this. If you take a walnut and you crack it up, first off, a walnut before it's shelled looks like a head.
Yeah.
You crack it open. Actually, walnuts look like your brain. And in studies, walnuts have been shown to be high in choline, vitamin E, omega-3 fatty acids, and certain nutrients that support brain health. If you look at,
Do you think that was God's pattern?
I think so. So I'm going to go through a lot of foods here, and I think this is going to blow you away. Think about celery. If you hold up a stalk of celery to your forearm, it looks like your bones. Celery is rich in vitamin K, and it's very alkaline. It has a lot of calcium, so it's good for bone density. Here's another few. Coconut. It actually looks like your head. It's full of medium chain fats, which are great for your brain, using for fuel, for your brain health. Beets. You cut them, it looks like blood. Beets are high in nitric oxide, which actually help build your blood and your heart health. And there's a lot of other examples of this. An avocado looks like a uterus. It's good for fertility, good for hormonal health, for women who are going like postmenopausal, balancing hormones.
Isn't amazing?
Oh yeah, reishi mushrooms look like your kidneys and adrenal glands. So reishi mushroom is very good for your
I can imagine God
energy.
saying, they finally get what I was doing.
No, I think so. I think that's exactly what's going on. And so, it's pretty amazing when you go and look at all, and I have another 20 or so we could go through. Something like onions look like your cells, the cells of your body, so they support cellular health. Kidney beans, the reason they're called kidney beans, look like your kidneys, so they're good for your kidneys. And so, all of these different foods.
I have never heard that.
Yeah, and I have a chart in the book to go through. No matter what your health goal is, it goes through exactly which foods help heal different organs. For instance, ginger, if you have the full root, looks like your stomach. Sweet potatoes look like a pancreas. And so all these different foods help heal different organs.
It's amazing. I was in the grocery store in the aisle where you can't have 10 items or more. But this is the newest edition. I think I showed it one time, maybe a year ago. But what made this so special is the lady that you have in here.
That's right.
She's in this building.
That's right.
And I mean, she's one of our great employees. And
Jeanette.
Right. And I watched her. With women, when you're watching and you're seeing them shrink.
Yeah.
You don't want to say anything like, are you losing weight?
Don't say anything.
But she was changing so dramatically, and it was your suggestions.
Yeah.
She was, and I mean, it was like literally I'm not making this up. One day she's walking down the hallway because she had lost something like 90 pounds. That's another person.
Yeah.
Wow. It's incredible.
And she's walking out, and I didn't recognize. I go, that's Jeanette.
Yeah.
I mean, it changed everything.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Which one of these foods help you lose weight?
Like this.
I actually have a plan in the book. We have 5 different health plans. So if somebody wants to boost their immune system, there's a plan for that. If somebody wants to balance their hormones, if somebody wants to lose weight. So we have different eating plans. So I give an example of what to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the book and go through those exact foods people should be eating to really help heal their body. So I'll give you an example. If somebody wants to balance their hormones, they want to make sure they're getting more foods like avocados and olives and certain types of berries in their diet. Versus if somebody's trying to improve their digestive health, they want to be getting certain types of probiotic-rich foods, and they want to be getting things like ginger and sauerkraut and some of those foods in their bone broth. So I go through in the book, there's actually different plans for people, because this might surprise some people. There isn't one specific diet for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone is really unique.
Yes.
And I bet this has happened to people to where, have you ever had a friend and they followed a diet and it worked great for them, and then you've tried to eat the same way and it just was not working for you. And God created us all really as unique individuals. So in the book I go through, there's really 5 different types of eating plans, and you can take a quiz in the book and learn which type of eating plan is best for your body.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, what is this personal to you? Because a lot of this comes from your life.
It does. Yeah, so a few things. I really got turned on to the power of these ancient remedies through a health crisis in my family. You know the story of my mom. My mom was diagnosed with cancer when I was younger, which was so surprising because she looked healthy. And we went through the traditional medical system. She had a mastectomy, went through chemotherapy. And I still remember her losing her hair and how sick she got, and saying to myself as a kid, there has to be a better way.
How old were you at that time?
I was in 7th grade. I was probably like 12, 13 years old.
Wow.
And so that just sent me on a path of discovery, of learning everything I could about nutrition and natural health. And I remember, when I was even in, when I was studying to become a doctor, I came across a book by a good friend of ours, Jordan Rubin.
Yes.
Read a book, The Maker's Diet, and very soon after that, my mom was diagnosed with cancer again. And at that time, we decided to take an all-natural approach, and we started following, the recommendations of some incredible people like Jordan. I started doing research on remedies to fight cancer, and I started coming across all these articles on herbs like turmeric and mushrooms like reishi and things like green tea and all these powerful superfoods. And we put my mom on a plan, and she followed this plan for 4 months. We went back to our oncologist, and the tumors had shrunk in half. Went back 9 months later, complete remission.
Oh my
And today my mom's in her late 60s. She's in the best shape of her life. In fact, we're in Florida now, and so
you had
I'll
a
see her in
hand
little
in
bit.
this whole thing.
You know, I mean,
what does that feel like?
I had a hand in it, but you know what? Like for me, so much of the advice was given by just some incredible, mentors and people who I learned from. Again, like people like Jordan Rubin and other great physicians.
What books he has. Yes.
Again, he's written like 30-some books. I've only written 7.
You got 7.
He's 30-some.
Now, you're kind of a workaholic, right?
You know what? I wouldn't say I am, but then my wife would say I am. So, I don't know what that.
And stress is a big thing. So how do you you had to have stress in your life.
Yeah.
And that took you into an area physically that you didn't want.
Yeah, I gave myself health problems early on in practice because, when I was opening up my clinic for the first time, there's this stress because, okay, I've got to build a business now.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was really stressful. And I started getting digestive issues myself.
Is that stress?
From that. And that was from stress. And so I started learning I just need to unplug more, and there were things I could do. And I go through those in the book, how to really reduce stress. Because doctors say this all the time, right? They'll say, you need to reduce stress. But what do you do to reduce stress?
Yeah, exactly.
And the big thing that I learned was so much of it was unplugging. Going on walks. Walking in nature is one of the greatest things you can do to reduce stress. Yeah. Scheduling lunch with friends, like lunch with your best friend, date nights with your spouse, but doing things to where you're just, you're not doing things, you're just relaxing. So I schedule in those types of things. And reading, that's another thing.
Oh, yes.
So scheduling in those things where you can really unplug, those were big, and then all of a sudden my digestive issues completely cleared up, even my first year of practice.
Now, did you relate this lifestyle to what was happening to you physically? Because what happens is I'll change something, and all of a sudden I'm going, man, oh man, I feel so in it, and I'm going, I forgot what I started, and this is a result of it. So did you? All of a sudden, the light comes on. You go, "That was it."
Yeah, I think I realized it. I think I realized it because I looked at my diet and I said, I'm eating really healthy now. Why am I still having some digestive issues? And then I started realizing it's because of stress. And I started looking at all the hours I was working, and so I was able to clear it up using food as medicine and using what I call mindset medicine, which is reducing stress. Also lifestyle medicine, which is walking and taking more time for you.
Now, if you eat the way you're saying to eat, all these good things, do you still need to take a probiotic, or can you skip the probiotic?
Here's what I always say. Supplements are for supplementing a healthy diet. I do think there are things missing in our diet today.
Yeah.
So I'll share what I do. So I really eat a lot of healthy food. This morning I woke up and had a superfood smoothie. And so I had some multi-collagen protein powder, so I had my collagen. I had berries, which I love.
Yes.
And that's kind of what I had for breakfast. And then, for lunch today, I'll probably go out and have, a piece of grilled salmon, or maybe some grass-fed burger, and then a lot of vegetables, maybe some rice or quinoa. And then for dinner, something similar. I'll do a lot of meat, vegetables, maybe some dark chocolate, chocolate for dessert, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what I'll eat. But then I do take supplements. I every single day take a bone broth protein and multi-collagen protein powder. So I make sure I get a lot of collagen. Yeah. The second thing
what does that help you with?
Yeah, so collagen is so critical for the health of your joints, number one. And so if you have any joint discomfort.
Fingernails?
Yeah, so fingernails too. But again, so knee pain, shoulder pain, back pain, neck pain, any sort of joint discomfort, collagen is the number one supplement people should be taking for that by far. And anytime people are buying collagen, they want to make sure they buy a multi-collagen, just like they would buy a multivitamin. So collagen first. The other thing along with collagen is I always take let me talk about what else it helps. Yes. So collagen is great for joints. It's great for skin, hair, and nails. So keeping you looking younger, longer. It must be your guys' secret.
I do my protein shakes with collagen.
There you go.
So I'm, you know what is so funny? I'm jogging one day, and all of a sudden, because people go by and they see, and I heard this hey, collagen man. And I didn't relate what he was saying, and I'm continuing to Johnny. I go, what is the guy call? Is he calling me names or whatever? And it was because he had seen the program on collagen. So he goes, he's in his car, he goes, collagen man.
You know what? I think we need to get you, like literally like a Superman cape. We need to have collagen and have a cape.
There you go.
So, listen, you got the blue on. We just need a red cape
there you
here
go.
and, collagen on your...
But I had to figure out what he was saying, because later I go, oh, I know what it is. He saw the interviews we were doing.
Yeah.
But as I cover this in the book, so collagen was in in this book, Ancient Remedies. I go through how bone broth was your ancient collagen supplement. That's how people got all the collagen in their diet to keep them younger, longer. But again, your joints, your skin, hair, and nails, your bones. There's more collagen in your bones than calcium. So collagen is critical for bone health. It's also critical for your digestive system, for supporting a healthy immune system. All those things, collagen. So anyways, that's the number one supplement. Number two is a probiotic. Always look for a soil-based organism probiotic. Greens powder. Doing a super greens powder. Greens like spirulina and super berries like goji and acai. So a super greens. I think those are three of the most important.
And if they're saying he just lost me, here it is.
I was going to say, where do you find this? I mean, this.
Yeah, people. Here's the thing. It's at places like Whole Foods Market. Sprouts, your local health food store, or Amazon.com. You can go online and order, organic super greens powder and have it shipped right to your home in a day or two. So people can get the probiotics, they can get collagen, they can order online on Amazon.com, and they can always search my name too, like Dr. Axe collagen, and they can search it and they can find it. But these were the ancient remedies people used. Some of the things we're talking about that help them looking younger,
so
feeling
you did
younger.
all the research.
Yeah.
And now we can benefit from what you did, because nobody is going to put that kind of time into what you did.
Yeah, this took years and years of research putting this together. And this is the program I used for my mom to fight cancer naturally. This is the program in the book that helped, that's helped thousands of patients beat autoimmune disease, boost their brain health, boost energy, overcome hormonal issues like thyroid problems, get rid of chronic pain. And so in the book too, one of the things we have is 70 prescriptions for natural healing. So there's actually a reference guide in the back where people can go through and see, hey, if they have fibromyalgia, there's an example. I go through the top 5 supplements to heal. So I go through exactly what to do. And then there's almost 80 recipes for in healthy desserts in here, all kind of healthy.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
There's apple crisp, healthy brownies,
like
pancakes, using healthy ingredients, all in here in the book as well.
What in here that you would say, okay, this would be the standout thing if you're not going to get and read the whole book? By the way, Dave, put that display on the screen of the book, because I'd like right there. If they get that book, and they're saying, okay, without reading the entire thing, what would Dr. Axe say? This would be the one thing you need to concentrate on.
Yeah, so I would say this. Well, when you're looking in the book, just know you can get the book, you can read the whole thing, or another option is you can use it as a reference guide. So if you come down with a cold or flu, it goes through exactly what to take for it. If you have seasonal allergies, it goes through the exact 5 supplements to take for it, the foods to eat, foods not to eat. So no matter what you have going on, it tells you exactly what to do. By just looking in the back, you can see exactly what to do. It's very, very simple and easy. I would say one big thing you can do, and I know this is something that both of you practice.
Yes.
Eat a great breakfast.
Yes. Oh,
I gotta have breakfast. Eat a great breakfast.
Yep.
And so that is so important. You want to make sure if you can get several things with breakfast. 1, get collagen. 2, get lots of antioxidants and nutrients as well, even some healthy fat. So for breakfast, I shared for you my breakfast, but I do 1 cup of berries. I do 1 scoop of collagen powder.
What kind of berries?
I do mostly blueberries and raspberries
really
and strawberries.
Good. Yeah.
So I do all those berries, and then maybe a little bit of coconut milk or almond milk, and make a smoothie out of it. So if people can think about this, if people just change breakfast, that's 1/3 of their diet. That's a huge change. I mean, so I think a lot of times people think, I got to change everything and I got to be perfect. No, if you just change breakfast alone, that is an incredible change.
Do you ever go off your, I mean, you got company, okay, and you're going out and you go out with do you ever go off your schedule of what you normally do?
Yeah, well, for instance, my wife, we're taking a trip this week, and so what we'll do is we'll probably go, eat breakfast out and that sort of thing at the hotel we're
What would
staying
you have?
at.
What would
and
you
so,
eggs?
Yeah, so we tend to do, I'll do eggs, I'll do oatmeal, sometimes I'll still do fruit. I love salmon.
See, he's real. See, he's real.
Yeah, but let me say this, whenever I travel, I have a few things with me. I bring 3 things. I bring a stick pack of collagen protein, and I'll just mix it in water or coffee and just get my collagen that way. Or sometimes I bring my greens powder, I'll add that and just drink that down too. So those are 2 things, my greens, my collagen, and my probiotics that I take with me even when I travel. But yeah, I mean, sometimes, we eat out, and so I don't always have that smoothie, but I still, tend to eat pretty healthy.
You're not a vegetarian?
No, we eat a lot of meat. But when I eat meat, I try and make it things like wild-caught salmon, grass-fed beef, pastured chicken.
Wow.
So I try and always eat healthier meat whenever I'm having it.
No, okay. Common sense tips.
Sure.
What would they be?
So I would say a few things. Whenever you are, one of the things that people really are not doing enough of today is getting enough vegetables and fruits in their diet.
Can you get those in, like here in Florida's Publix? Can you?
Absolutely. You can go to Publix. You can go to a health food store or a conventional store like Publix or Kroger or Meijer, and also love places like Sprouts. You can get vegetables and fruits there, absolutely. But I would say for breakfast, try and get a serving of fruit, and then for lunch and dinner, always try and get some type of vegetable. Because according to even the government, and listen, they tend to not always be the best in some of their recommendations, but
Tell me.
They say you should be getting around 5 to 7 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, and most people aren't getting that. But hey, listen, you can even have these for dessert, an orange. Like a navel orange. I mean, having that for breakfast or a snack or even for dessert, that's a great option.
It's very filling too.
Yeah, absolutely. Kiwis, strawberries, is a great
She
dessert.
loves
Here's a great
strawberries,
one.
yeah.
Dark chocolate covered berries. My wife Chelsea and I, it's a 3
that
ingredient.
sounds good right there.
3 ingredient dessert recipe. We take coconut milk, the thick part, dark chocolate, we melt that together, and then we cover raspberries and strawberries and blueberries.
Kind of like a syrup?
Exactly. We pour it over it, we put it in the fridge or freezer, and then we have dark chocolate covered berries for dessert. Really easy, really healthy.
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
They are.
Now, the way you build your energy level, do you ever crash energy-wise? I mean, do you ever go through times when you go, what is that? I just don't have the energy I thought I usually have.
You know what? I hadn't until we now have an 11-month-old, and so you know what? I now know what it's like to not sleep as much. Now my wife has it harder than I have. Chelsea, my wife is incredible, and so she has to get up more, with our. With our daughter, but anyways, I have found that when you're eating healthy, you feel so different, right? I mean, look at you, you're 82 years old. You told me you're, jogging up the bridge at 82, and so but
come follow me.
That's right. But when you're eating when you're eating the way that I prescribe here in the book, and it's not that hard, is it?
No.
No, I mean, I mean, when you eat this way, you can feel your energy is so high.
It's just like you, because you're mentioning some things that you take with you, because I have things that I do that when we go on vacation or whatever, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they go, well, I left all that stuff at home. Well, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Because, and 7 days a week I do what I do. So, because, the average person, well, I'll try what it is. I go, no, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Like recently, I had something come on me, and I'm going, I don't like this feeling. I don't know what this is. So I doubled up on what I normally do. With a lot of prayer too.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, 2 days later is like, what was that?
Wow.
It was gone.
Wow.
Because I mean, if you take care of this temple, it will take care of you.
Yeah. Well, it's not that. I mean, some of this is not that hard. Think about it. That breakfast recipe.
Yes.
There's 3 ingredients, or 2 ingredients. It's berries, it's collagen, and you add a little bit of almond or coconut milk into a smoothie.
What if people right now they're saying to you, I can't get into that. I don't like that.
Well, then here's another option. If you like something like oatmeal. then hey, have a bowl of oatmeal, throw a couple berries on top, and then have collagen in your greens on the side. Just throw them in a glass, drink them down quick, and get them that way. I mean, that's another great option.
How do they taste, by the way?
They taste great. I mean, I think collagen powder is essentially a tasteless powder. You can also get it flavored, though. You can get it as vanilla. You can get it as chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad sometimes will do this as dessert. He will take the chocolate collagen or chocolate bone broth, mix it with an avocado, and make a chocolate pudding with it is an option.
Wow.
So you can do that. Now, sometimes he also likes to mix it with his vanilla ice cream, but hey, at least he's getting collagen with his ice cream.
Gotta live it up now and then.
He's actually real, isn't
That's right.
So where do they get this book?
They can get this book at Amazon, right?
Yeah, Amazon.com. You can go to bookstores nationwide. So it's in every bookstore nationwide. If you go to the health section and say, I want Dr. Axe's new book, they have it there. But again, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. But Amazon is so quick and easy that you can go there. They ship it to you in a couple days. And one of the things I've kept hearing from people is they've said, I love this book so much because it's also a reference guide. They'll say, if I have someone in my family that's not feeling well, I can flip to the back and look at what do I do for a cold? What do I do for allergies?
Perfect.
And it goes through very simply on one page the exact foods to eat, the supplements to take to help beat a cold fast, allergies fast, or even things like autoimmune disease. It goes through the top ways to fight cancer naturally. So this is also great to give a friend. If you know a friend, you want to support them in getting healthy, or for your family, it's a great resource.
Can I have that book since I'm your friend?
Listen, I think this is your husband's here.
So. I got it all marked up.
Take all those stickers off,
right.
yeah.
But
I'm really interested in reading that book.
Most people will say, like you just said, if you want to prevent that cold or a cold coming on, people need to start before the cold gets there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll give you an example. So in this book, if somebody has a cold, I go through cold remedies for prevention and for fighting.
Great.
So if you want to prevent it, you want to be getting a lot of vitamin C, you want to be taking a multivitamin, take your collagen, your probiotics. But if you have a cold, you want to take things like elderberry, echinacea, vitamin D and zinc. Yeah. Those nutrients are critical for your immune health. So that's an example of some things I recommend for immune health.
How much vitamin C a day you think would you
typically
recommend?
1,000 milligrams twice a day tends to be pretty good there for something like that. Or I go through, if you have inflammation or joint discomfort, you want to take turmeric. You want to take things like ginger, boswellia, which is also known as frankincense, which was used in the Bible. And I go through the exact milligrams, the dosages.
You're so biblical.
In there. Hey.
But let me encourage you. Go to Amazon, wherever you're, get all of your books or whatever. But I'm telling you, I went through this book, and I read a ton of books, 66 books every year. That's the Bible. And I've done it for 30 years. But this is absolutely, and the suggestion of the shape and the way the fruits are made is really.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that
I'd never heard that
it's
before.
It's like a visual that God really did this for us.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. You think a bunch of grapes actually looks like your lung alveoli, and there's studies that show that resveratrol, this nutrient in grapes, is incredible for your lung health. Think about this, carrots. You cut open a carrot, it looks like your eye. So carrots are high in vitamin E, essentially beta carotene, which is great for eye health. And so, I go through the whole chart in here of the best foods, for best organs. Wow. And it's incredible what God did and really telling us, here's what you should be eating to help your body heal using food as medicine.
Give Dr. Axe an applause right here. And I mean, I had the last shows we did with Dr. Axe, somebody texted me and they said, how did you get him? And I go, well, Pam McWilliams, this is my buddy, and she made it possible. Get the information from this book. You will change your life. God bless. Bye-bye.